Hey everybody, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Um, I gotta tear a machine apart. Oh. Hey everybody, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. This is. I need to mute this. Oh wow, I'm getting some. I gotta tear a machine apart. I forgot about my volume. I have my computer volume on, my phone volume on, and everything volume on. So anyways, yes, I have to tear apart a Williams Travel Time. This game I had sold. I needed to tear it down, so I figured, why not stream it? Give something to talk about and something to do. I don't want to be on this screen though, so we're going to be on that one. I think that's better. There's the travel time that we're going to be working on. I think I just might do just a top view of it. Oh no. I probably have to turn that one off. There. We can do that. So yeah, if anybody wants to, let me see if I can even chat. There we go. Alright, so there I can see stuff. Okay, so let me move my computer a little bit. Sorry I wasn't really prepared for this, but there. Alright, so yes, again it's a Williams Travel Time. Maybe I should put that back on. There. We will do that anyways. And then we will spin you over here. Alright, Williams Travel Time. First thing I always tell you to do is take pictures. Get the camera. Alright, sometimes take pictures. This thing is going to drive me nuts. My thing keeps telling me something is on when I don't care if it's on or not. First thing I always do is take pictures of how everything is. But this one, I'm just going to do a quick video over it, just to make it a little easier on myself. Travel time. We've just done one of these. However, nobody has seen what we did. So we're still going to record it. Alright. We got that done. So I just made a quick video of going over the top of this. I do recommend getting yourself some bins like this and then labeling them with what you're working on. If you work on a lot of games like I've been doing, I got 3 bins in a house right now that are for parts. And then get yourself some of these little storage containers or something to put parts in. And I got 3 here. Maybe I should grab a couple more just in case. A little stack. Looks like I'm getting 4 more just in case. Alright. And we will set one right here because we're going to start taking this apart. I wasn't even prepared for this. I just figured, well, let's do it now. I am looking for my little post tool right here. This is a little post tool. There we go. I will show how this works if I need to. Right here, a little post tool. This will go underneath if you're taking these out and they decide to strip. Not strip, come out of the wood when you don't want them to come out of the wood. And it was that. I think I'm going to do it electrically powered. So let me get my bit out of here. Close this back up. And why did I leave my hunk of wood over there? It's always good to have hunks of wood when you're working on pinball machines in case you're doing anything weird. Alright. So these, and I got the wrong thing on them. So we're just going to use that alone then. I'm tired of that computer. I think I'm going to put these in a bag. Still going to take them off, but I'm going to put them in a bag. This will work. I'll take them off and then we'll put them in a bag and we'll put that bag on the side. So far everything's coming off good. My box. Hey Mark, what? Hey J. Sargent. What year is this? I think it's a 1974. Williams Travel Time. It's an odd little game. I'm going to tell you that right now. I just did one. I got a whole video series documenting it. This is another one I have. I had two. This was the really mint one. And then I had another one that was in almost identical shape. This one was just slightly better because the back glass wasn't destroyed. That was really the only two differences between each game. This was going to be my game. And I sold the other one. This was going to be mine. And then when I refurbished the other one, and after I played it, I decided it probably wouldn't be a great addition to my collection since I only can have so many games. And I really want to have a lot of games that I feel are really super good playing games that a lot of people would want to play. This is a good game. I don't think it's one of the best for a small collection unless you're really into it. So I gotta check out my chat again. Okay, cool. Thank you. Hey, what's up, Turbo? This playfield is in really mint condition for its age. The playfield, the cabinet, everything is really nice on this game. This one I sold at MGC, Midwest Gaming Classic. Yeah, like I said, this one was going to be mine. The only thing really different about this playfield and the other one I sold was somebody drilled a hole through it here and put a bumper, so the pop bumpers couldn't pop back up and add more time. That was really the only difference between both of these games. How do I minimize smells in the cabinets? Ozone machine. Buy yourself a nice ozone machine and stick your machine out in the garage or somewhere not in your house, and assemble the machine. Well, the head usually really doesn't smell, so you don't have to worry about the head too much. But take the ozone machine and stick it inside the coin door so it's pointing this way, so it blows through the machine and exits out the top of the head. Do that for anywhere from 1 to 5 hours, and that will kill all the smells. I know it works perfectly because I've done it before. However, do it before you even start working on the machine, because the ozone affects the Playfield rubber and will dry them out and break them. So if you just shop your machine and it's got a funk to it, take all the rubbers off, ozone it, and then you can put your rubbers back on. Otherwise, you're going to have one hell of a mad at yourself because you just popped all your rubber bands. Yeah, I have actually a video of it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Home playlists. Let's see if I can find it. Don't watch it now. Watch me right now. It might be in this one. There we go. Review of products I bought. Oh, there it goes. I gotta make a part 2 apparently. Because I didn't make a part 2. Copy. There you go. How many? I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 up in my house. However, the more I have, the more room I take up. If I would clean up my basement and get rid of junk, I could probably get 20 up. I could probably have more if I took my wall out that separates the basement. I could probably get maybe 30 machines. Maybe. I'm guessing 20 to 25 comfortably. I could probably do. And the plastics on this machine are mint also. I mean, even like the saucer here, it's got like no wear on it. It's got like one little spot of wear. That's another reason why this was going to be my machine. But like I said, after I played it, I'm like, first it's a 1-player, and then I just felt it wouldn't be a great add to my small collection. If I had a giant collection, I would have never sold this. Well, technically I would have never sold any of my machines. Alright, we have all the caps off. These I will throw in the bag, and then those I will throw in the box. Yeah, I have a total of 23 machines right now. So, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 up right now. 6 including if my cocktail table that's upstairs. But I have right now in my room I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dead machines that are just in the way. And oh yeah, this tool right here, like I said, it locks right onto the post. So when you're taking off your top nut, if you can feel this is spinning, you just take this and you stick it underneath the plastic, and this holds it because it's shaped like a wrench. All right. Next part. That's why I got this. We are gonna video all of these. I'll talk to myself. All right, travel time. We got 4 posts here, 3 posts here, 3 posts there. Post with the washer, identicals each side. Screw, screw, post, 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 screw, screw, post, post, screw, 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 post. These appear to have washers underneath them. Post, screw, screw. These are all washers. Every one of these screw posts has a washer on it. Post, post, screw, screw, post, 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 screw, post. So every one of these screws is a washer. Post, screw, screw, post, screw, post, post, screw. And I believe that's it. Yeah, $400 for a card whiz is a good deal. I have one right now for sale too. I think it's a card whiz. That tool, I think Marco has it. Titan sells them. Pinball Resources, where I got mine from. I think I just bought a card whiz. What the hell did I just buy? Card Tricks. That's it. Yeah, any $400 for any EM is good. All right, now we're gonna take all these posts out. I'll take these out too. These will go in another bin because all the plastics I will ultrasonic clean. Do not ever ultrasonic clean your Playfield plastics. I'm talking about these. Do not ever ultrasonic clean these. You will destroy them. You will take your art right off. Never, ever, ever. All these flippers and all these posts, yes, you can ultrasonic clean them. I need another bin, don't I? No. I need this one here. So yeah, this is the fun, boring part. Take the plastics off. I think I'm just going to do this. Just do a bunch at one time. And then all these, the metal, I will put in a rock tumbler. And they'll get all nice and polished and shiny. These should pull right up. And these pins should come right out of them. Maybe with a pliers. I forgot to video the nails too. Alright, I gotta redo that. Yeah, they're getting harder to find for $400, even here in Wisconsin. Alright, under here are nails. You can see the holes. Nail, nail, no nail. We gotta find a nail. Nail, 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 metal. That's it. Cheapest machine I've gotten was free. Most expensive EM I ever bought was $800. That was the most expensive EM I have bought to date. And that was, was it 800? Yeah. I think it was $800 and it was a Captain Fantastic. That was the most expensive EM I've bought to date. And, yeah, I doubled that when I sold it. These nails you can just pull straight out. Don't wiggle them if you can. Just pull them straight up. You can twist them, but you don't want to make the holes bigger than what they are right now. You just want to pull these straight up, or twist and pull up. Is that it for nails? Yeah. Am I missing anything? Okay, take care, man. Alright. Back to unscrewing these. I swear I'm gonna get a new laptop. I don't even know why I turned it on. But yeah, this game will get the full Mark's Basement redo job. It's weird that they got washers on them. I don't remember my other one having that at all. I think I'm just going to take all these rubbers off just to make it easier. Even these. Normally I save these to rebuild chime boxes. I actually kind of got a surplus, but these are just garbage. Look at that, the flippers just fall apart. I don't know about these flippers yet. I will try to reuse them. If not, it will get brand new ones. I will have to clean them off and then inspect them to see if they're cracked or anything. But, yep. Back to taking these off. Once you get a rhythm, it goes pretty easy. But if you take all the rubber off like I just did, it'll make it a lot quicker. Except for I forgot some, because I was babbling. But yeah, these are the only ones I reuse if they're in good condition, and I just use them for rebuilding chime boxes. Otherwise, I don't save them at all. It's not worth it. This goes pretty quick too. Once you get your rhythm down. It's really quick. And some of you might be wondering why I'm streaming tonight. Usually I'm over by Dave's Arcade, streaming by him on Fridays. But Dave, it's summer, and Dave loves to go camping. So Dave is camping. So you'll probably see me a lot more, maybe streaming on Fridays, if Dave is on vacation, going camping. And I think that's it for posts. Now we'll go to screws. Alright, nobody's there. Let's close this junk up on my laptop and see if I can access the live stream. Here we go. Let's see if it will pop up. Those are, oh, those are, yeah. Those are weird. They got the washers on them. I'm not used to them. And then as usual, we will polish the playfields, rebuild everything. I already got the head done. I don't know if I did that on a stream or not, but if you do like this game and want to see more of it, subscribe and to Mark's Basement Arcade. So I do have a whole series just dedicated to this game, which will be coming up after Funhouse. Alright, nobody's there. So right now, Bally Knight Rider is finishing up, and then once that is done, we will be having Williams Funhouse. After Williams Funhouse, then we will go back to this Travel Time. Not this one, another one. The one I sold. Well, I sold both of them. You know what I mean. Don't try to confuse me. What else? Yeah, like I said, everything would get rebuilt on here. Do. But yeah, the head is fully finished on this game. Well, it's kind of fully finished. I have to install bulbs in it. I had to ask the new owner of it what he wanted, if he wanted glass bulbs or upgrade to LEDs. And he decided LEDs, which was a fine choice. Same up here, we got the weird plastics. And nails. Well, these aren't really like nails. It's kind of like finishing nails, but they have no heads on them. These two, just wiggle them very slightly and then pull up on them. And then usually you can just rock them right out. I don't know if you can get these anywhere either. And that one does not want to come out. This you can usually stick your hand under and lift up, but that one I can't. Alright. That is where my hunk of wood comes in. And the block. Pull the bulbs out. They can go under here. There we go. There we go. Comes right out. Block of wood goes over here. So I might as well put them back. I don't need them anymore. Alright. Might as well take these off. The hell kind of bulb is that? 555. Five five fives. Garbage. All right. Might as well take these out. They gotta come out anyways. Need on those pliers. Alright, you're just going to be a bugger, aren't you? I'm just trying to, there we go. Pull the nails, screws out. These are a special screw. These are a wood screw. I will show you in a second. As soon as I can get it out. They're wood screw. They got like a beveled head to it, and they sit nicely into the pop bumper body. Alright, anything else come out? Might as well take all these bulbs out. One less thing to fall out or be in my way. Those I'll just stick in a thing. I'm probably going to end up selling these bulbs. I got so many of them. I got old GE bulbs. Anything else come off? No. Just checking to see if anybody's there. These are really long screws. I wonder why somebody took the serial number off there. It's the first time I've seen that before. It's been purposely cut off. What they probably did was swapped Playfields at one time. That's probably why they cut them off. These. I'm going to put these back on the screws once I get these off. It just makes them a little easier to find after I clean everything. Oh, you got a holder patch here too. Not uncommon. Not uncommon at all. A couple holes to patch. Like I haven't done that before. Alright, these screws will unscrew. And I'll put the nuts back on them. It's just when I look for them after they're cleaned, they're just easier to spot. It's nothing that's like needed or required. It just makes it easier. Well, you get this nice little red mark right here when you pinch your hand between the pinball machine and your hand truck. When you are laying it down, that's how you get that red mark on your hand. I just did that when I got home. This probably will hold that. And that's not working. I will have to get a bigger thing. The green one? The orange one? The orange one. And a hand screwdriver. There we go. That puppy was on there good. Alright. This rebound rubber will be garbage. But I want to clean the hardware. Throw this back. I don't think I'll need that. That can go there. Playfield plastics, I believe. They're all off. This is the only way, as far as I'm concerned, on cleaning a pinball machine playfield. Like I said, that's garbage. Now I have to take the screws off the end here. So we can get the apron off. Box 2. I forgot I gotta take that off. I have to find another one of those. Those are just nails. They're not like specific. Some people will say they're specific. Sorry, I'm blocking that camera. They're just nails. They don't need to be anything special. They just protect the corners. What I mean by protect the corners, when the ball comes flying down here, it keeps it from banging straight onto the arch. It kind of the ball will hit the nail and then bounce off the arch. That's more of what it does. So it kind of is like an arch protector almost, if you want to call it that. There's another hole to patch. That one was drilled too big from the factory. I can tell by looking at it. And that one too. Unless... No, it's not. They're just stripped. Alright, this one does not want to come out of there. Something got spilled on the playfield. Now you can see there and there. Or something. But it's like all stuck behind it. It could have been kind of like when the playfield was new. And it wasn't cured enough yet. It almost looks like that. Like it's varnished. It's like really hard. Alright, let me get some of these tools off here. So when I flip it over, after taking these couple screws out, we can get this apart. These screws come out from underneath. Trying to get those out with what do you call it? When I get under it. Well, I'll just do it now. Yeah, I'll do it later. I gotta get these hinges off. What are they? I think I need both of these. Like any talk. Yes, this game does look familiar. This is mine. Well, not anymore. This was mine. And this was the other one I had. This green. I was just telling people about the two machines I had. I had one that was really mint, which is this one. And the only really difference between this one and yours was the glass. That was the only real difference between both of the machines. Yours had the super bad back glass, and this one just has a bad back glass. It's still not perfect. It's not perfect like your new one is. But, yeah, I was just explaining that I had just did a machine. And after doing it, I realized in my smaller collection, it wasn't the best thing for me to have. Since I only can have a smaller amount of machines, I kind of want machines that appeal to more people. This is a good game, but it doesn't have a wide, I think, appeal to a lot of people. Great, if I had room in a bigger collection, yes, this is a keeper because it's so odd and weird, and I kind of like those machines. But for a littler collection like mine, you got a big collection. Like mine, it didn't make sense, which kind of sucks because this is a really nice, clean game. These are few and far to come between on old EMs where they're nice and clean, where they don't need to be touched up or anything. This one is like way down in the bottom. I think I'm just going to do it from the bottom instead of spinning it on the top. Oh. these do not have to come off for Playfield cleaning. I'm just doing throwing stuff in a rock tumbler, so why not throw these in there too, you know what I mean? Get them cleaned. And what is unique about this game too, it's only a one ball game. However, that one ball is on a timer, and I can't get that one out because it's so tight into the playfield. I can't get my wrench on the back of it for some reason. But anyways, it's a one ball game, but you're on a timer. There we go. You're on a timer. So that one ball, if you're really good at playing pinball, you could probably play this game, you know, for a long time, maybe an hour or two. Depends on how that timer is set on it. You can crank the timer up all the way so it barely moves at all. You could probably play this game all day and just flip it over and over all day. Or put the timer way at the bottom so it changes quick, and then have a shorter game. But yeah, you get one ball, and your job is to stop the clock and add as much time to the clock as possible. And I'll show you. The clock is stopped when you start it. You plunge the ball up, and as soon as it hits the switch, it will start the clock. And you can stop the clock getting in here, and what else? I think that's it. Oh, and draining. Draining naturally stops the clock. But when you spell travel time, it adds points, and special is either more time units or extra game, I think. But who wants an extra game when you're on free play? But yeah, it's a fun game, and it's to get back up in here to do all that up on top is really a chore. All right, I have to take a picture of that so I can get these, and I'll take some of that. All right. Red wires on the bottom, the green stripes on top. We get a screw with a washer there, and just a screw there. That's it. And then 4 screws that hold that on. Shiny screws, and shiny screws. And some of these clothes are dry. Alright, can I get those out? Yes, I can. Take these out. I'll just put this right here in front of me. Alright, that's loose. I will heat those up and take the wires off. I am done with these screws, so we can put a lid on this. I have 2 screws there, so I'll just set this. I'll just set it in the box. When I flip it over, I'll get those 2 screws. Get the soldering gun out so I can pull the wires off. Where's the end? There we go. I think I may watch Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom tonight. I may watch that. And thank you, John, for the soldering gun. This thing is great for pulling wires off lugs. I should have left the screws in. It would have made it so much easier. And that was that. It'll stick right there and unplug it. Ooh. Stay. Alright. Now this will come off. That will go in the box. Anything else I forgot? Those two screws will come from underneath. Nothing else here. So let's flip her over and pull off the pop bumpers, and maybe we'll get all these switches out right away. Oh my God, I forgot how heavy this thing was because of this big relay bank. Oh. Whew. Yes, I forgot about this. I have to move this face cam. Alright, I forgot about this relay bank. How heavy this tank was. Yes, it's going to be fun. Because I have to get the switches underneath that. Let's get those last two screws out. Actually, I'm just going to put those back in. Just to keep them out of my way. Totally forgot about that relay bank. That's going to be a bear to get all these switches off. Alright. Yeah, man. Get that, and then get the pop bumpers. I really don't feel like doing that. But it's got to get done. Oh well. Alright, how did I get that off last time? And what usual, I'll have to replace these washers too. I forgot what I used. I'll have to look at my video to see what I used to remove them. Green one? Yeah. I don't remember what I used to rebuild them. It's on the Skylab. I did. I made a special video just on rebuilding the relay thing, and I used something to rebuild these bushings. Oh, it was pinball rubbers. That's what it was. The smaller pinball rubbers. Yeah, now I remember. It was, I bought a bunch from Pinball Life. And they had this off colored ones that were like closeout priced. And I bought them, and they were very off colored. They were like kind of like a grayish white almost. And there's nothing wrong with them quality wise or anything. It's just they're kind of off colored. So if you're going to use them on a pinball machine, it would be best to use them in areas that are not highly visible, because they don't match any of the rubber on a pinball machine. So I was trying to figure out where I can use these things. And then when I rebuilt the, not rebuilt, but cleaned up and went through the relay bank on Space Lab, Skylab, I use those to rebuild them. Okay, what are we holding on? I'll take that out for the time being. And then we'll take the screw out. That should allow me to get over here better. Alright. That does allow that. And why did I unplug my soldering iron? I need it for all this stuff anyways. Oh, this is going to be a bear. I forgot. And this one is different. This machine is totally different than the other one I sold. This is different than your machine. It's got shims underneath these rollovers. They're like a factory shim, which is weird. I'm going to have to take a picture of those so I can document it correctly. So when I put it back together, they're correct. I must do that right now. Williams travel time. Note these and how they're arranged. They're funky, very funky. Never seen those things before. Alright. Those are different. I'll take these switches out. These are another thing too. There's the only way to get a good cleaning. This is a new method I adapted. Take the switches off, take the rollovers off, take everything off so you can just high speed buff the playfield. Just makes it so much easier. That, yeah, I can do that. So I wonder why they got that on there. I'm guessing it's a shim to shim up the thing. Very interesting, darling. 5 points if you know where that came from. Very interesting, darling. You probably wouldn't expect me knowing that. I'll even give you more of a clue. At the end, the same person would be always saying, "This has been a Filmways presentation, darling." Oh, that switch stack's falling apart now. I can never win. There. Stay. It's an old TV show. Very old. It's in color. I'll give you that. Maybe it was set on a farm. Oh, that doesn't go there. Maybe the lady that was on the show had a twin sister. I think they were twins. They both had a three-letter name, first name. No. One had a three-letter first name. Another had a four-letter first name. Oh, jeez, I forgot to put those back in there. Son of a... You are not with it today. Alright. Another switch. Anybody get it? You ain't got it by now, you're not going to get it. Green Acres. That was the TV show. Pop bumpers. Land spreading out so far and wide. Hit Manhattan, just give me that countryside. New York is where I'd rather stay. I get allergic smelling hay. I just adore a penthouse view. Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue. So, Green Acres story. Me and my friend Jacob used to, we used to sleep over by my house a lot when I was a kid. And, we tried to stay up till TV went off. Yes, that was a thing. TV did go off at one time. It physically went off where there was nothing on TV. Anyways, that would be one of the shows that would be on super late at night. So, we'd always watch it. That, Petticoat Junction, Rat Patrol. Like early in the morning, I think there'd be a thing called Egg TV, Agricultural TV. We'd even watch that sometimes, just to stay up late. Sometimes we'd try to stay up till it was light outside again, and then we'd fall asleep. But yeah, we were pretty crazy little kids at the time. This is like 9, 10, 11 years old, something like that. Maybe 12. I moved just before I turned 13. So, those are some of my fondest memories of being a child. That and hanging out with the other neighbors down the block. 1, 2, or 3 houses down. They all started with D's for their name. Dale, Darren, Dennis, David, and Danny. He had a blast with those guys. Fun times. This is not the right tip. There, I feel better now. This is one of the most fun parts of the project, is taking apart your machine to get at these pieces. And then, after you put stuff back together, realized there's one thing you missed in that small area you just took apart. Do not tell me I have to take that stepper off to get at these. Yeah, they don't know what they're missing. Yeah, you got endless TV now. But yeah, I used to love staying up late and watching all that stuff. Oh, come on, baby, come out. Let's get that bulb out. Yeah, this is... I'm guessing this is a like last run of your game, because I personally have never ever seen these being used underneath these. What these are, it's a shim to raise this up higher. What I have done personally on games is I will put washers on this side, which would be on the playfield side, to raise these up further on the playfield, to shim them my way. So it's got a smoother ball play on the playfield. That's what I personally have done. And then sometimes you can just take them and swap them to different parts of the playfield, because they all have like a casting number on them. I think like A, B, and C. It's the mold that they were in. And sometimes you can swap like A for a B or something like that, and it will allow them to lay differently. Alright, I will have to... I want to get this off first. And then I'll put that back down. And then we will get at the other pop bumper when that's not in my way anymore. Alright. I love this soldering gun. Trust me, I like my Hako a lot, but this, for doing fat wires, is the bomb. one pop body off. Can I straighten that out? So all this has to get cleaned. The light socket will get cleaned one way, and the hardware will get cleaned another way. I gotta put that back together to get the slag off of it. These bodies are actually pretty decent shape for how old they are. But they're still garbage. New container, and then other container. Pop bodies. Yeah, that's broke. Skirt. Yeah, actually in pretty decent shape. The skirt. Why are you reusing that mark? Why are you cheap? I am not reusing it. You get a customer game, and the customer pop-upper bodies are in perfect shape. The skirts are in perfect shape. However, one skirt is bad. If I replace the one skirt with a new one, I am going to have one jacked up looking skirt. That is not going to look right. So if I save old skirts and put them on an older machine, the skirt will match better if there's nothing wrong with it. So I save old skirts if they're in good condition just for that. It's either that or I'm putting all brand new skirts on, and then all new skirts look like crap if you use the same old bodies. So then you put new bodies on. But if I can just reuse one old skirt and replace it, I think it's better for the machine. Sometimes it's not about doing the right thing. It's a better for the quality of the machine. So if I can save, just putting an old skirt on a game for somebody versus, doing the whole everything, I think it's better. Yeah, these are just rotted, these bushings. So yeah, I'll be replacing all of them. I hope I didn't miss anything, because I'll be really pissed. Two of these I gotta put down all the way. Another one I can just lightly put down. These harder ones here, they will get lightly put down, because they're bare to get at. Well, actually, I guess I can throw them all the way down with my fingers. So they're not going anywhere. The bushings are rotted anyways. Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is a life for me. Alright, I'm missing a nut. How can I be missing a nut? What the hell? Alright, well. Is it on the floor or anything? I got the washer for it, but I'm missing one nut. So that means that I leave it lay. No, I didn't. That means I either had to knock it over. So that's why you gotta quit doing that. Alright, well, you're just going to have to find a nut that fits it later on. What a dummy. I don't see it anywhere. Is it stuck to anything I have? Yeah, there it goes. I left it stuck onto the magnet. That's exactly where it was still. It was still right attached to the magnet. Okay. Now these bushings I'll have to replace. So it doesn't matter. That's tight. It's supposed to be wobbly. See, this is on rubber bushings, and the rubber bushings are destroyed. So this machine would have a nice, cool shake to it when this was going off. And I mean a nice, cool shake by a pretty violent one. So those will get replaced with new rubber ones. Alright, I'll take these 3 screws out. And that looks like another hole to fix. Alright, any messages? Why are the pop bumpers always soldered on? Yeah, I know. It's one of those weird old things that they just couldn't figure out how to do. Yeah, this is one reason why a lot of people don't want to ever do them. They're like, I don't want to do this because I have to unsolder them, and trust me, this was one thing that I dreaded the most too when I first started doing this. Was pop bumpers. There we go. Because you're always messing around with them being soldered on. Alright, cool. I'll straighten these out. These sockets, I used to throw them out at one time. I no longer do that. I found out these original old ones are actually a little bit stronger than the new ones. So now I redo the old ones because I feel that they're more superior than the original ones. I mean the new ones. I only replace them when I need to now. Plus they're crazy, stupid expensive. Where did I throw that bottle? Okay, I did throw it in the garbage. Because they're garbage. Same with these bases too. These bases hardly ever take a dump. This one's got a crack on it. So this one may get a new base. We will see. Same again, the skirt's nice, but it won't go back on. Pop bumper body. This one's got a nice hole in it right here. It's got a bigger hole now. Alright, let's take that. Get a screw. And we will put the pop bumper back on. So you may be asking, why are you putting the pop bumper back on? Yeah, that's stripped. The reason why I'm putting the pop bumper back on is now when I'm done doing what I'm doing, I can take this whole thing and throw it off to the side, and I won't have to worry about parts falling off. And we'll take these switches, the rollovers, and those will all get rock tumbled. And it will look nice and shiny and new again. And it's two more. I can get it easy on this side. I think I'm just going to spin the Playfield around to get at the other ones. And there's another one that is stripped, which I find is very odd on this machine. I'm guessing a different grade of wood. Plywood was used, where they're coming out stripped. But it's wood, so you put new wood in it with glue. It sets up, and then you have no more stripped screws. It's just amazing, you know what I mean? Take wood and replace it with wood, and no more stripped screws. So let me look underneath to make sure everything on this side is off. We have another switch for the slingshot, and then the kicker in the front. Otherwise, everything on this side is off. Oh, there is no slingshots on here. You big dummy. This just has switches. And no, it's not my cordless screwdriver that's stripping the holes out. You will only strip them going in. It won't strip them coming out. Oh, we've been on this a while. Flippers. That's getting full. Little screwdriver. Another parts bin for flipper stuff. Parts bin over there. I talk to myself a lot, so if you wonder who I'm talking to, well, it's you and me. I always tell people I talk to myself because I know I'm going to have at least one intelligent conversation. These flippers may be saved, I don't know. We'll see. When that kind of time comes, we will see. Can we get that out? Can we get that out? Yes. How bad is this linkage? That isn't bad at all. Yeah, it's bad. Between both of them, this one has just a little bit and that one has a little bit, but when you multiply them, they're garbage. Flipper bushings. I'm going to put these screws back in. Flipper bushings I will take out. They will get cleaned. And then I will check to see if they're even good. You'd be surprised how often flipper bushings are good versus being bad. You'd really be surprised. Oh, I can get at that right there. I didn't have to disassemble a whole lot to get at this. Roll over. Did I just throw the screws in there? Oh well, okay. Well, that works, I guess. There we go. That was loose. So was that one. Both of these screws were loose. They had a screw loose. I'm gonna take this out, put the screws back in, and then I'll get to chat and see if anybody's chatting with me. I just get so focused on this stuff sometimes. I forget to check chat. Doh! Yes. Let's go get one. I still got the big cans. I don't know if I told some people a story, but if you didn't know this story, I went to Walgreens and I had to buy some stuff there. And usually when I go there, I'll grab 2 cans because they're 99 cents. I don't know why. It's just something I've done for a long time. But anyways, so I noticed they were 5 cents off. So I'm like, okay, that's a good deal. So I go to the cashier. I usually go to the photo booth, the photo thing, because it's right there and nobody ever goes there instead of waiting in line. I go there. And they ring them up and they come up as a nickel. Yeah, this can came up as a nickel. And they're like, oh, they're showing up on clearance on a computer. So I'm like, oh. I'm like, I'll be right back. So I grabbed all of them. If they're clearancing them out for a nickel, I'll take them. So either I read it wrong or their machine was wrong. Either way, I bought every one that they had in a refrigerator thing for a nickel. So I think I got 8 or 12 for a nickel. So yeah, you can't beat that deal. Alright. Everything on this side is off. Flippers are off. So I guess I could just reach over there and work on that. Flippers I can throw in a bin. See, isn't this nice? Just these little containers. These are awesome containers. If you go to Target, go to the lunch meat section, and these are 1 pound containers. They have a package of ham in them that is sealed. So technically this container is just a vessel to purchase, and it's got a label over the top. But the ham inside is sealed in packets, and they're like $6. So you get your ham, which is delicious. It's market pantry ham. And you get these excellent containers to use for pinball parts or whatever. So I got, I don't know, 20 or something like that floating all over in the basement right now. And these, those are lower. Okay. I don't need to move them. This is here. So these, I can take these screws out. What I'm doing now is just making my life easier. Is I can take this whole bank, I can just get it out of my way now. Now I can get to these three switches here, this switch, that, and they're all out of my way. Get that bulb out. These are all getting replaced anyways with LEDs and Comet LEDs, which are Comet approved. Yeah, same thing, weird shim. Screws back. This wood is really weird on this Playfield. It's dark. It's like a darker wood. At least where the screws coming out. It's like the screws are burned. The way some of them come out with the powder. It's either these screws rusted a little bit, or it's like they were burned putting in the wood. Like the screws were hot and they put them in and they like burned the wood or something, because the wood's coming out like a dark brown around them, which is strange to me. Which is very, very strange, darling. Mr. Haney. That's it. Mr. Haney. Who remembers Arnold Ziffel? He was the pig. And he talked. Nobody could understand. Well, everybody understood what he said except for Mr. Oh, I can't think of the main character's name now. Eb was the hand. And Mr. It'll pop in my head later. I can't think of. Oh man, I'm just drawing a blank. I can't think of his name. Anybody remember his name? The Green Acres couple. Eddie Albert was his name, and it was Zsa Zsa Gabor. But I can't remember their names on the show. Yeah. Frank Ziffel was one of the characters. I think he... that was Arnold's dad. I can't remember the guy at the post office, but he was kind of crazy as hell. As soon as somebody pops up, I'm like, yeah, that's his name. But I can't remember the couple's names. It's funny, I know their real names, but I don't remember their names on the show. Mr. and Mrs. I keep thinking Davis, but that's not right. But did you know the main character, Guy, was originally the Tin Man on The Wizard of Oz? But he developed such a reaction to the... Yeah, Lisa, Mr. and Mrs. Douglas, that's it. Yeah. Sam Drucker, yep, that's it, you're right. But yeah, Eddie Albert developed such a allergic reaction to the makeup for the Tin Man, it almost killed him. That's from what I heard. So he was the original Tin Man and had to drop his role. Sam Drucker. Yeah. Post office and feed store, whatever. Ebb, I always loved Ebb. I always loved Ebb. I can't get that out now because it's back together. Should just pull right out. There. Green Acres is the place to be. Somebody watched a lot of TV back in the day. Yeah, Sam Drucker. I remember more of the Petticoat Junction theme song than I do remember about the show. For some reason, I remember them swimming in a water tower. I do remember that for some reason. Alright, we will heat that puppy up and get it out of the way. But yeah, I don't remember a lot of Petticoat Junction. For some reason, that show must have not been on a lot at that time. But I remember Petticoat Junction had, I think it was crossed over. Both shows were crossed over into each other. Sometimes the characters would come from one show onto the other show, if I remember correctly. I like Mr. Haney too, how he was always trying to pull a fast one on the Douglases. Alright. Top bumpers off. And now you wonder why it takes so long to get your machine back. Because of this. I gotta put all this back together now the right way, and what do you call it? Clean everything and make sure everything is together correctly. And I think that's the last one for rollovers. I think there was only 2. Yeah. I gotta take that out too, son of a... Right, so this is done too. Alright, I have to take this off to get that mech off. So that I can just do it this way. The stores, the chores, fresh air, Times Square. See this, before I sold it, this is the time circuit here. Yeah, we're Back to the Future. Pulse unit. It's the pulse unit for the machine. This is what generates the pulse to make this unit do its magic. And on this capacitor always takes a dump. Because the unit you guys got, when I first hooked it up and got it working, it just went and it was done. Which led me to believe that the cap that ran this, which is on the pulse unit, took a big dump. So should I put this with the flipper? Yeah, I will put that with the flipper. It led me to know that the cap on the pulse unit took a dump. So I found somebody selling caps It was like a guitar store, actually. It's the place I usually get caps from. His wife sadly passed away, and he just basically made a post and said, I have no interest in doing this anymore. I'm done. And he closed up his shop, which he has every right to do. You know, the guy, you know, lost his wife. So he closed up Great Plains Electronics, which was an awesome supplier for all your pinball stuff. But anyways, so I couldn't find the exact cap anywhere, and I just went on eBay, and there was actually somebody here in Wisconsin on the east side of Milwaukee that was selling these, and they were like a ridiculously low price. So I'm like, sweet. So I just bought, I think they had a lot of 6 of them or something like that, which would have been cheaper, which was cheaper than if I would have actually got them from Great Plains. Because Great Plains, then I would have bought more caps and spent more money on other pinball stuff. So you can't just buy, you know, a couple caps. You might as well just buy a whole bunch of caps for common things that you're using. So it was like, it was just at a crazy low price for like 6 caps or something like that, whatever it was. So anyways, when I brought this game to be sold, I figured, well, I got the caps, I'm just going to replace that one to begin with. So whoever rebuilds the machine, this will be working. So I told them I replaced that. And that's when he said, well, so I gave 2 prices on it. He's like, well, if it's going to be just a little bit more, you can rebuild it. So that's why we're rebuilding it. Those switches, and then we're done. So anyways, this is the pulse unit. There's a dial here that you can speed it up or slow it down. And it's exactly what it is. It's a pulse unit. It sends electrical pulse to here, which does that. If you turn it up really fast, if you turn it down real slow, so yeah, reset. And that's what this controls. Nifty. You learned something new today. You learned. Everything's off except for these 3. Okay, it has nothing to do with rust because that one had a rust coating on it. Okay, where did these 3 screws come from? Oh, the pop bumper. Is it still out here? I'm losing my mind. I worked today too. So I've been up since 4. Actually more like 3:30. I've been up. So my brain isn't the best right now. But normally if I went by Dave's house, I would be up till 1 o'clock, 1, 2 o'clock. I mean, sometimes I'd stay by Dave's house. We'd be playing all night till, you know, 1, 2 in the morning. And then I'd drive all the way from Racine back to Brookfield, and then stay up for another couple hours, and then go to sleep. But I'm never doing anything like technical, except for smashing a ball around the playfield, or just shooting a shit. Okay, I believe that's it. take those screws out, bring up all these stand-ups, flip them over here, put those screws back, and then I think this is done. Then I can put this relay bank back on. And then later on, I'll polish it. But I have to get working on 2 other games yet. This one I told the guy 3 to 4 months. But I haven't touched it too much. And he asked about it the other day. And I was actually planning on doing a strip down stream on this. I thought it would be interesting for people to see what it takes. And so what I've been doing it since 6 o'clock. In 2 hours I just did this little bit, and it's still got to get rebuilt. Which, that's what takes the time. Well, this takes time too, but I should look underneath here first before I screw that down. I got one more, which is right here. Which is nothing. That comes out like that. So as soon as I get this screwed back together, I'll flip it back over, and then you can see, sorry for you showing my head, but I gotta reach over. You can see how much easier it is. I know this is not what everybody's gonna do to wash their machine, clean it. Not wash, clean. But this needs to get done at least once in its lifetime. It does need a full tear down and clean. This machine is almost 50 years old. You know, it's a little bit younger than I am. Alright, I think that's it. Just want to make sure I got nothing like laying around that's going to be in the way. This will go like that. And that'll do that. There. This always flips around all over the place when you're moving it. It just makes it easier if you get it out of the way. There. Clean, stripped down. Well, I guess that doesn't matter where I put it. Let's just make it disappear there. Clean, stripped down. Now I can clean it off. I forgot to take that off. Son of a... Is that an easy spot? Well, now I can clean this whole thing down really easy. I can polish it, and it'll be out of the way. Oh good, it's not a hard one. I'm going to take that hunk of wood off. Let's wait. Yes. Yeah, I remember now. one screw for this unit is underneath this. Now, I remember doing this last time. I think I can just leave that. No, I have to take that out. What is that, Lewis? Yes. Put the screws back in it. I have to get that one screw out yet. I can't leave it in there. That's what I took off. It's just, it's out of the way. I can polish right up to it underneath it now. And I don't have to worry about having a dirt line or anything, because we're going underneath it and it's going to remove the dirt line completely. And it's going to be easier just for me to take this one out too. Petticoat junction. There we go. I knew there was one thing I forgot. There. Now we got this hunk of wood out, so I can polish right underneath it. Now put these screws back in. And then we will probably go upstairs and stream Raiders of the Lost Ark on Disney. I got it on DVD too, but I'm paying for streaming, so why not get your money out of it? There we go. All right, now let's flip her back over. There we go. Now I can just buff. See how dark that wood is right there? See? That's weird. Flashlight so you can see better. There. See, that's the wood. That's not dirt. That's the wood, and that's what was coming out with the screw. So yes, this Playfield is different than other ones I've seen. It's plywood on the top, plywood on the bottom, and some different type of weirdness underneath it. Oh yeah. So it looks like a laminate almost. This must have been something that they were experimenting with and didn't like. Okay, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. The gray layer that was you just saw underneath, that's like a laminate. Then it's got some weird wood material, another layer of weird wood material, Another layer of weird wood material, and then this laminate of plywood. So that is different. I wonder how they did not use this a lot, because I've done older Williams Playfields that didn't have this. So this must have been something that they tried in in 74 and must have not liked it and changed it. I'm guessing it was probably more expensive. They thought it would work better, and then they realized it didn't. Because this is the first time I've ever seen it. And I've done plenty of Williams before. And this is the very first time. Oh, I forgot to turn that back on. Yeah. So the gray layer, let's just do this. There. So the gray layer that was underneath, yeah, that's one, like a laminate almost, of some type of plywood that's painted gray. And it's got those other layers, the three other layers, and then the top layer of regular plywood that you normally see. So if anybody knows anything about that, message me on that, because I think it's really, really weird. Let's check in the inserts. They're all good. They're all decent. Yeah, I think that's weird how it had that weird plywood. But yeah, I think I gotta drop that too. Maybe I'll just push it down with a screwdriver when it gets to that time. I can set this down on it because it's dirty still. There. That was just a little high. I wanted to push it down so I can clean it. This ball trail's minimal up here too. I don't even have to fix that. Most of that might come out when I buff it. It's filthy, alright. Let's do one wipe on it and see how filthy it is. Guess what I'm using? And no, this is not going to kill the machine. I gotta get the dirt off somehow. So, as long as you don't soak the machine, it should be okay. I'm just wiping the dirt off, and there's a lot. Yeah. It's pretty nasty. No, I don't advise doing this. If I'm going to be re-waxing it and polishing it, so this is not going to harm it. I wouldn't do this just to clean your playfield. If you're going to go through all the steps like I do, yeah, you can. But I've done this on every playfield. Wiped it down with something. Sometimes Novus, sometimes look, I'll use some naphtha. I'll do some naphtha on it too. Naphtha will clean it also really good. That reminds me, I gotta message Mike. I haven't seen him at work in like 2 weeks. Let me do that right now, because I know he's at work, or he should be at work. Mike. There, I just want to know where he's been. I haven't seen him. For a while. Alright, so naphtha. You can use naphtha too. Naphtha is a good safe cleaner too. It evaporates. And probably I'd rather have you use naphtha than Windex. I gotta wipe it down some more, but I just figure you can see what it is. It's a layer of like mildew that I'm wiping off. Or maybe it's not mildew. It shouldn't say it's mildew. It's like dirt sweat. It's just nasty. It's like it got a little condensation on it, and then the dirt just like stuck to the condensation spots. Maybe it is a little mildew. I don't know. I've seen machine's been stored, so it could have a little layer of mildew on it. It's got that wonderful pinball smell when you open it up. If any of you guys know what that smell is, you need to make a perfume out of that for pinball guys to give their wives. But their wives would never wear it anyways because it stinks. But you know when you open up an old machine, you're like, it's got a beautiful smell to it. Anyways, screw this laptop. Close that up. That's done. This camera can go off. Otherwise, I'll leave it on all night. And I think, yeah, that's about it. Thank you, everybody, for watching to the end. Later on, if you're watching this later on in the stream, there'll be cool stuff along the bottom here. I can't put that in. That's done during the uploading a YouTube, because once I'm done live streaming, I think it disappears for a little bit. I think it formats or something, and then it pops up again. But then there'll be some cool stuff right here. So, yeah, I'm just looking at my thing to see what you guys are saying. But nobody's saying nothing. So with that, yes, I thank everybody for popping in for a few moments, or for the long haul, or just ask a couple questions. Thank you. I do all these things for you guys so you can see how easy or how hard it is, a better way or a worse way that you do it. Maybe you don't like my way and you think it's a worse way. That's okay. If you like my way and think it's a better way, that's okay too. But you're getting a different perspective on how I do things. But now I can go over it with my buffer with Novus 2 and, you know, polish the whole thing out and then wax the whole thing, and then when I put it back together, every piece of the wood will be polished and protected. Not just, you know, right around here and, you know, right around here. Everything under every post is getting protected. So with that, yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna wash up and turn on Raiders of the Lost Ark and watch that, because it just went on Disney the first. And I know you're not watching, Nick, but happy birthday. So take care. Like I said, cool stuff right here, and that's about it. Drop a comment, whatever, thumbs up. Take care. Bye.